Here.
What's up?
Hi.
Jasmine.
Hi.
Jasmine, do you go by Jasmine? Do you go by Jazz? What do you prefer?
Jasmine is fine.
All right. You're like, hell no, not Jazz.
Thank you.
Okay, so there we go. Then we have Diego.
That's me.
What's up, Diego?
How's it going?
You know, not too bad, not too bad. Thank you so much for allowing me to join you today. And then, do we have Molokai in the room?
No,
No, he couldn't be able to make it.
Ivan.
All right. No worries.
Ivan. You have Ivan.
Ivan, what the hell's going on, Ivan?
Nothing much.
I love it.
Okay,
All right.
Nick, when you're ready.
Oh, we're live.
Okay, go ahead. Do the rundown. Okay, go ahead, Jasmine.
Is that it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Hello everyone, you are tuning into the first pilot live stream show, Reach Voices on Facebook and Instagram, coming to you live from the office of the Boys and Girls Club of Sonoma-Marin in Santa Rosa, California. Our show is sponsored by the Boys and Girls Club of Sonoma-Marin, youth-driven and produced to ensure the public voices of youth be acknowledged and heard throughout the region. I'm your co-host, Jasmine Solis. I'm here with my co-host.
Hi everyone, I'm your co-host Dio Santiago.
Hi everyone, I'm your co-host Ivan Gonzalez.
Today it gives us a great honor to have State Senator Mike McGuire here. Thank you, Senator, for being here.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? How you doing?
We're doing great.
Good.
We're doing great, thanks.
It's good stuff. I'm so excited to be with you. What's going on today? What's the latest?
We're gonna ask you a couple
Turn up
questions, see how your day is
Go
going.
ahead, Jasmine.
Mike McGuire is a lifelong Californian. His family farmed the Golden State rich soils for decades, and he was raised by two incredible strong women, his mother and grandmother. Mike and his mom struggled growing up. He's been working full-time since he was 16, helping put himself through college. Mike is the third highest ranking member of the Senate and the youngest assistant majority leader in decades. He's been the champion of our kids in public schools. He went to the mat and won against President Donald Trump on offshore oil drilling, led in charge of the legislature on wildfires, and is a leading voice of holding PG&E accountable. And no one has been more successful at securing resources to combat homelessness and build affordable housing in Aurora, California. Mike and his wife Erica, an elementary school principal, call Sonoma County home with their lazy pug breath.
Senator, from an early age, did you always decide to be a politician?
You know, I didn't. Again, I just want to say how grateful I am to be able to be with you. Thank you for your work, by the way. It is an honor to be with the three of you today. So no, I never thought that I would be doing what I'm doing now, and I got to tell you, I'm incredibly grateful to even have this opportunity. Look, I did get involved in the community at a very early age, right? I'm a firm believer that we need to be able to have young people at the table helping drive decisions for the communities that we call home. And long story short, I don't think anyone has a lock on the ideas that can help improve our community and bring positive change to our neighborhoods. And I ran for the school board when I was 19 years old in Hillsburg. And I was told no a lot during that campaign, right? I was told that I was too young. It wasn't my time, but I'm also a big believer, and my grandma taught me this, you never take a no for an answer. And continue to push through that. And I ran for the school board because I graduated from Hillsburg High School, and our school was literally falling apart. Bathrooms weren't open, the roof was leaking, heat didn't work, and it really angered me that we expect so much from students, we expect so much from our teachers and support staff, yet we don't support them. And what we know is the type of facility that you're learning in helps drive how successful you're going to be in the classroom. And the classroom space at Hillsburg High School was candidly falling apart. And that was my number one goal, is to rebuild our schools. And hearing no so much, you know, my grandma taught me three things growing up. You work hard, you got to work together, and you don't take no for an answer. And that's what I did. Running for school board, I got onto the school board, became one of the youngest school board members in our state's history. And then within 4 years, I ran the campaign that raised the money to be able to rebuild our high school and our middle school. And I firmly believe some of the best ideas come from young people. Innovative solutions to our toughest challenges. And I want to ask the three of you, talk with me about school. Don't you want to have a seat at the table to be able to help drive the decisions as
About like the teachers, like their attitude towards like the school and like what they bring to the table, the school in general, like you said, like leakage and other things like that really affect how the student views school in general. And overall, like if you have an environment that provides you with safety overall, like in everything, like emotionally, around you, safety around you, it really changes your perspective with school.
It's so true, and I gotta tell you, it's so important, right? And I also think like the priorities that young people have, right, when it comes to, we need to make sure that we have housing for every family. We gotta tackle homelessness. I think young people's perspective on climate change and the urgency surrounding climate change is absolutely critical. Making sure that those coming from communities of color also have a seat at the table when it comes to leadership, right? Because I think whether you're Latino or Black or Asian, you see things differently. You want to be able to improve the lives of your peers, right? And you come to school from a different perspective. And I think that is absolutely critical as well. And that's why I think we need to be able to involve young people more, whether it's at school districts or within cities and counties. It's absolutely critical that we have young people at the table having the ability to help drive the decisions that are going to impact their lives and the lives of their future family as well.
Senator Mike McGuire, what kind of challenges did you have growing up as a young person, and what do you recommend to young people today with so many challenges happening in our world and in our county?
Yeah, I know it's a really good question. Thank you so much, Diego. So look, my mom and dad had I'm sorry, that was Ivan. Ivan, I apologize, my goodness. Hey, so Ivan, here's my bottom line. My mom and dad had a pretty damn bad divorce, right? And it's not uncommon, right, to have, but my mom really struggled financially. My mom still struggles financially. And if it wasn't for my grandma living here locally, we would not have made it. And it really brought a different perspective. I had to go to work at 16, work full time when I was a junior in high school, rightfully so, because I had to contribute to be able to help pay the rent, literally. And I wouldn't change it though, right? Like I wouldn't change growing up in my background any other way, but I also think when you see struggle as a kid, you want to help change it as an adult. And what I do not want is have my kid, now I have a 5-month-old, to have to see that same struggle that my mom and I went through. And be able to help pay the rent every damn month. And or lean on my grandma to be able to get financial support. So having that growing up really shaped my priorities. I'm a big believer that public education is the ultimate equalizer in our society. I believe that we need to make college more affordable and accessible, because if I didn't get the Pell Grant going through the Santa Rosa Junior College in Sonoma State, I would have never gone to college. It was because of those scholarships and those grants and my grandma's financial assistance and working that I was able to successfully get through college. I was a terrible student, by the way, but I was able to get through college. I think that's why I'm very focused on homelessness as well, right? On making sure that we are focusing on building additional affordable housing, having mental health services and addiction services. So when you see struggle, I do think it impacts you as an adult. And I think many of us, including whether it's Ivan or Diego or Jonathan, you want to see change. And so talk to me, Ivan. What do you see at this age, and what you want to change as an adult?
Something that I kind of did look into and kind of see that doesn't really happen is how sometimes schools do not teach students about how to financially have healthy financial ways to spend their money.
Right?
Yes.
I mean, doesn't it scare you? And please, Diego, chime in on this. But like, there's so much debt, right? Like trying to be able to, with credit card debt and trying to be able to afford college, etc. how to balance a checkbook, how to be able to make smart investments. Like, Ivan, tell me, I mean, isn't that something that we should be really focusing on?
I think yes, because it could help someone in the long run, and especially it could be helpful for a student who is in his high school years to be learning about how to support himself financially for later in the future.
Totally. Diego, chime in on this. What's your thought? If you take a look at like struggles or challenges that you have right now as a student, what would you like to change as an adult? What do you want to do?
Something that I wish to change is that in school they don't really teach us how to do our taxes, or as well as get a loan, or the things that, you know, we need to have those background, like good credit, or things like scores.
Yeah.
Yeah, I also agree with what they're saying. Our high school years are the last years of our, you know, we're becoming adults, basically. And I feel like those hard skills or soft skills, whatever they categorize themselves in, are very important to our life and who we're becoming in the future.
Let me ask you, I want to thank you for that. What's it been like for the three of you during COVID? And how have you been able to adapt? What was it like last year? And what is it like this year, if you don't mind me asking? Talk with me about it.
Oh, it's been a real struggle with Senator last year. I remember sometimes we had to log into online classes. It was difficult as well because there was no one, you know, in my house, like a teacher or anything to, you know, tell me, oh, this is how you do that. No, they basically just gave us work, and then they told us, okay, here's your homework. You don't do it, you don't pass. Oh well.
And what, if you don't mind me asking, Diego, so what subject you, like, I always struggle with math. What subject is tougher for you?
Oh, the subject that was tougher for me was biology. The grading was strict. The homework was complex, and sometimes I didn't understand how to do it, so I had to text a friend, ask for help those other ways.
No, it's so true. Like, if with math was like a foreign language to me, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I also got so frustrated. I don't know if you feel like it was biology, but it's just like, how the hell am I going to do this, right? It's like, it is so incredibly challenging. I just want to say how impressed I am with the three of you being able to get through last year. And I also want to ask you this, and Jasmine, talk to me about your personal priorities. If you take a look at the world right now and where you think that the state needs to focus, and I want to go to Ivan next, do you think we need to focus more on equity, on bringing different voices to the table, more women to the table, more communities of color to the table? What's your feeling on climate change and homelessness? Talk to me, and I want to go to Ivan next. What are your top three priorities that you think that the state and nation needs to be working on?
Yeah, so I believe we do need a bit more diversity of who talks and speaks for our people. Like, maybe, I don't know, high school students, they have, within themselves, they have leadership. They talk about what the schools need and other things that surround the school, obviously. And I feel like those voices can be used in other ways to help the community as well.
And, being young Latinas, so talk with me about that. Like, where do you want to see your age, and what do you want to do as you move forward? What is your focus? What do you want to focus in on in life?
Personally, my main focus is right now, I'm not very sure on where I have like an idea of what I want to do and where I want to be, but at the same time, I'm still learning. Being in college, I would go to the Santa Rosa Junior College. I'm still learning about things about myself and what I want to do.
So right now, are you going to SRJC?
Yes, I am.
That's sweet. I went to SRJC.
Yeah, it's really nice.
I love it. It took me if I can be honest though, it took me 3 damn years to pass statistics. So I literally started. I really struggled with school, right? I was not a good student, and I started in pre-algebra at the JC, and I started English 355, which was like rudimentary English. I had to really struggle getting through it, and so, but I feel really grateful that I've been able to go to the JC.
Me too.
Ivan, my man, I want to hear, what are your top priorities? If you take a look about what's happening in our world right now, and where you feel like the state and the federal government, what do we need to be focusing on? What are you passionate about? Then I want to go to Diego.
Some things that I actually have been passionate about is how, I think right now, since like, I've been reading lately a lot of things, because I read a lot of the news, and apparently that there has been a tax hike, and that was due to, I guess, like, they say it was supposedly like money given to people, even though that they're unemployed at that moment, and they're just saying they're just giving them money, but they're also raising the taxes on, they're raising taxes on everything. And I guess my second option is something has to happen about climate change. Because it doesn't look like California has been looking the same ever since, I'm probably gonna say 2018, 2019, and I've seen there was like big change over a year. And I guess my third, like something deeply that I think that needs to change would probably be how we see like some things in the world of other things, such as, because I saw lately on the news that something that probably was heartbreaking was the issue about the Taliban in Iraq, and it was a bit heartbreaking after hearing that they couldn't pull out any more people, and that basically they were saying we can only pull out this much, then that's time's up. And
I hear you, and I think that you look at climate change and the impact that it's going to have on your generation, on my generation, it's significant, right? I mean, we have already, in California, depending on where you're at, we've raised a degree to 2 degrees over the last 5 years, I mean, over the last 50 years, excuse me, a degree or 2, depending on where we're at. And that impacts wildfire behavior, that impacts the type of water, how much water we have, that impacts how dry the brush is across the coast. I mean, it is significant. And I think it's one of the greatest threats to mankind right now is the issue of our climate crisis. And I think the state needs to, I agree with you, needs to start leading. And 60% of our greenhouse gas emissions in this state come from the automobile. And we have to be able to focus on phasing out petroleum-based products, looking at greener technology when it comes to automobile. And I think, I hear you in regards to Afghanistan and the Taliban. The one thing I will say is so many administrations, Democrat, Republican, haven't made the difficult decision to be able to pull out of Afghanistan. And what I respect is that Joe Biden showed leadership and said what his predecessors, again, Democrat and Republican administrations, never did because of how politically risky it was going to be, is pulling out our troops. Now, there were mistakes made, and at the same time, though, it was an incredibly volatile situation, and he did accomplish the largest airlift in our nation's history, but we got to go back for those who helped us, right? I think that's ongoing plan. I appreciate you bringing that up. Diego, talk to me. What are your biggest, if you take a look at the biggest challenges facing the state, the nation, what are you interested in, Diego?
Well, Senator, one thing that I'm extremely interested in is the homeless population. Ever since COVID hit and a couple of people lost their jobs, just the homeless.
It's true. No, look. It's one of the greatest challenges that we have right now. I think in the state we have about 140,000 homeless residents who call the streets of big cities and small home every night. Here's what I'll say that we're doing about it right now, and this is one of my top priorities, is we're investing another just under $3 billion, about $2.7 billion, to to build out another 46,000 affordable units to house homeless residents, families, and kids. We built 6,000 alone last year, hundreds in Sonoma County, Marin County, Mendocino County, Humboldt County, Delaware County combined, taking literally hundreds of folks off the streets. I was just visiting the state purchased a large Best Western hotel in Ukiah. And it was so incredibly emotional going in there. Because you have folks who have fought in wars, we have veterans, you had so many moms and single moms and kids who called the streets home or living in their van or their car and trying to make it all work. And it is one of the biggest crises that we have in California and in big cities and small across the nation. And that's why California is investing more now than we've ever had before. The other thing I think we need to really focus in on, and Diego, I want to get your feedback, is a lot of folks are homeless because maybe they have challenges with mental health or maybe drug and alcohol addiction, and I think we need to start wrapping all of the units, right, that we build if it's needed with mental health services as well as drug and alcohol addiction services, right, so that we can help get folks the services and programs that they need to be able to get back into their life and be able to get a permanent home. So I promise you it's something that we're really focusing in on. We're investing in to be able to get folks permanently off the streets. In COVID, you are spot on. COVID has made it even worse.
Well, thank you, Senator. It makes me glad that the government cares so much about this serious problem. But on a side, I would actually like to know, what do you wish to accomplish, and also what or who inspires you personally?
Thank you. What I want to accomplish, there are several areas that we are really focusing on. One is, what has been consistently my top priorities: strong public schools, investing in students. Since I've been in office over the last 6 years, we've gone from just under $7,000 per year per student that we're investing to $21,000 per student this year. And we need to continue to invest more in public education. And it is ultimately the ultimate equalizer in our society of providing youth, young people, the education that they so deserve. I want to make college more affordable and accessible. Just last year, the state of California made the first 2 years of community college free to almost every student in the state of California. We need to bring down, just as Ivan was saying earlier, we need to be able to bring down the debt that so many students are faced with, right, going to college. We're really focused on homelessness. We're literally working with nonprofit housing developers in the state to build hundreds of homeless housing units across the North Coast. We're building hundreds of affordable housing units in Sonoma County, Marin County, Lake County, Humboldt County. Housing is really important to me. My mom and I lived and rented my entire childhood, and she bought her first house finally just about 8 to 10 years ago. And housing helps so much, right? It helps bring stability to families. It helps be able to bring kids to ensure that they have the background and the needs met. When they have a stable home, it's absolutely critical. So housing is really important to me. Wildfires, we're deep in, right, and making sure that the state has resources on wildfires as well, and the drought. We're delivering on COVID, right? So Delaware County, so the district that I represent, Golden Gate Bridge all the way up to the Oregon border. 1 million people in each Senate district. There's 40 senators. We each represent 1 million people. And especially in the north, Delaware County, the ICUs are full, the hospitals are full. We've had to put hospital tents in the parking lots, and they don't have enough ventilators. We have to be able to work with them. That's what we're doing too. So it's a lot of COVID response. And what inspires me, my grandma really inspired me. She was the hardest working person I've ever met. I did not want to cross her because she carried a damn 2x4 and she'd whack it with it. But she inspired me. And what really inspires me, and I don't want to sound cheesy, but my wife and I, we really struggled having our kid. We have a 5.5-month-old. His name is Connor. And I want to make sure, and I don't want to sound cheesy, but I just want to be sincere with you. What really inspires me is making sure that we're leaving this communities, our country for the next generation, and that is super inspiring for me, and that's what I want to be able to focus in on. That's what really inspires me. I know we're running out of time, but I want to ask you guys a quick question. I want to know what y'all do for fun. I want to also know what your favorite food is. Who's going first?
I'll go first.
All right, Jasmine. What do you do for fun? What's your favorite food?
What I do for fun is reading. I like to read a lot. I like
What
to
kind
go.
of, like, do you do books? Do you do magazines? What do you do?
I do books. I like history books, army books. They're really, I really find them really interesting. Reading about the stories of people, history, stories of people who went through things like the Holocaust. Yeah.
I'm so impressed. I love that.
Yeah.
And I want to know what's your favorite food, and if you go to Starbucks, what's your favorite drink? What's your go-to?
My favorite food has to be tamales, and I'm not really that into Starbucks, so I don't really know that many drinks. I usually just order the hot chocolate. So it's
I love it. Do you do whipped cream or no whipped cream?
whipped cream.
All right, that's what I'm saying. So do you do like veggie tamales? You do pork? You like beef? You like chicken? What do you do in your tamale?
Pork. Pork has
Oh,
to be my
man.
favorite.
I love it. Right on. It's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jasmine. All right. I want to know, Diego, what do you do for fun? Favorite food, and what is your favorite go-to coffee drink? You do coffee.
I do cooking for fun. Well, that's a lie. I do it for the food.
So tell me about this. So what do you like to cook?
I just like eating fish. Like eating tacos. I also love playing video games. I don't know if you play video games as well.
I do. What do you like?
I also like playing football. Unless you're talking about video games, then I like playing first-hand shooter games like Apex, Call of Duty.
Really? Right on, man.
And my favorite drink, I guess it's an espresso.
I like it. Very cool. Do you have to drink coffee? Do you drink coffee in the morning or no?
No, not really. No, actually not at all.
All right, I'm addicted to coffee in the morning, so I just want to claim that right here.
All right.
So there we go. I love it. Hey, and so what is your favorite dish to cook?
Oh, my favorite dish to cook? That's really tough, cause I keep. Oh, hamburgers.
I love it. So do you do like cheese on your hamburger, bacon on your hamburger? What do you like?
Oh, I cook 2 hamburgers with cheese. Well, triple cheese, if I'm gonna be honest.
That's what I'm saying, my man.
A bunch of ketchup, 2 buns, and the most important thing, I also put butter on my buns, like,
Oh, yeah.
and yeah.
It makes it so much better. So real quick, so you do 1 patty,
hmm
did you do 3 pieces of cheese in the middle, or 2 pieces of cheese in the middle, 1 on top? What do you do?
No, it's separated. So the patty, cheese, hamburger, cheese, hamburger. Wait, but I also put ketchup in the middle as well. So it's and yeah, it tastes amazing. You should really try it.
Diego, you got it right. Next time we all get together, y'all, if you're okay with this, Jasmine and Ivan, Diego's cooking.
All right,
Because I want to try that.
all right.
I like it. Do you call it? What do you call it?
I don't call it anything. I'm too busy eating it.
Very cool. Diego, you're the best. Thank you so much. Ivan, tell me about, what do you do for fun? Favorite food? Do you do coffee?
I do coffee. I like a mocha. I like putting whipped cream on top when I go to Starbucks. And a food that I like is just pizza. It was something that I first ate when I was a kid, so I've always loved pizza ever since.
So what is, if you were to say your go-to pizza is what?
It's barbecue chicken from Round Table.
Oh my God, man. I love Round Table. But I gotta tell you, it is so freaking expensive.
It's expensive, but it's really good.
I love it. So do you do green onions on your barbecue pizza?
Yes, I do everything. I do everything that it says on that list is all there. Nothing gets left out.
Oh my gosh. You know what I tried, and I know you're probably about to throw your shoe at the camera, and I'm sorry, but I tried, y'all ever go to Mod Pizza?
Oh,
No.
There's that Mod Pizza, you know where like REI is, past Costco?
No, I don't think I've passed there before.
All right, cool. We're doing really well then. There's this place called Mod Pizza. Long story short, the reason why I say this, you gotta look it up on your phone. But they do this freaking chicken barbecue pizza, right? And it's like kind of thin crust, but it's like moist. You know, I don't like dry crust, right? And I asked for extra barbecue sauce, cheese, and then I do onions, and then I started asking them to put on like some blue cheese crumbles. Oh my man, it is solid.
Ooh.
Ivan is not excited about that. So, all right. So Ivan, your go-to is pizza, and what do you like to do for fun?
For fun, I just like to play video games because school likes to just really stress me out when I'm too much using my brain on like multiple subjects. I just play video games.
Don't you feel like you have to escape every once in a while, don't you think?
Yes, I have to escape everything, so that's why I like playing video games.
I love it. You guys, I am so impressed, and I just want to say thank you so much for allowing me to be with you today.
Well, thank you, Senator.
Now
Yeah,
for
great. And, hey, you got to give my best to Michelle Edwards. She used to be my neighbor. She's one of the head honchos over there and does amazing work.
Okay.
Now for a few public announcements. This month is Suicide Prevention Month. If you're feeling down, stressed out, or depressed, you know someone who needs help, let them know to call the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline. We can all help prevent suicide. The Lifeline provides 24/7 free and confidential support for people in distress, prevention and crisis resources for you and your loved ones, and the best practices for professionals. Please call 1-800-273-8255. Again, 1-800-273-8255.
Well, if you'd like to join us at the Hillsburg Crush 2021 at the Hillsburg Plaza in Hillsburg, California, the event is on Sunday, October 17th from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. And it is for guests that are 21 and over. A selection of favorite food vendors will also be on hand, selling the delicious eats. The best part is that 100% of the proceeds from the event go to the Boys and Girls Club of Sonoma-Marin to help our programs, including REACH. For more information, you can visit www.hillsburgcrush.com or call Haley Bly at 707-919-0548. If you cannot be at our event and would like to donate to the Boys and Girls Club of Sonoma-Marin, please check out our website at www.bgcsonomamarin.org.
We're coming. Oh,
Thanks, everybody.
Oh, hold on.
thank you.
For those tuning in late, we are Reach Voices, a pilot project sponsored by Boys and Girls Club of Sonoma-Marin. Today, we are here with Senator Mike McGuire. We want to thank you once again, Senator, for being here with us. Before our public service announcements, we were asking you questions, and we have another one for,
You all go right ahead, my man. We'll just wrap it up right after this. So go right ahead. Ivan, what's the last
all
question?
right. So, Senator, how can local residents stay in touch with you?
I love it. All right, I'm going to give some phone numbers out. Y'all ready to go?
Yeah.
Okay. Call us, 707-576-2771. Now, Jasmine, you heard that Diego is going to be doing hamburgers when we get together, am I right?
Yeah.
Right?
All right? So, 707-576-2771. If you want to Google us, just hit it up on the Google and just Google Senator Mike McGuire, McGuire, and then all of our digits and our location will come up. If you are in Sonoma County, come see us downtown. We're at 50 D Street in a big old building right here in San Jose City Hall. And I just want to say thank you. Diego, Ivan, Jasmine, let's give it up, everybody. Good times, everybody. Good times. I really appreciate being with you, and thank you so much for this incredible opportunity.
Thanks for being here, Senator Mike McGuire.
Thank you for being here.
Thank
It's been a pleasure having you.
Thank you.
We are now coming to the end of our show. We want to say thank you so much for Senator Mike McGuire for being here with us today, sharing his thoughts and work. The Boys and Girls Club of Sonoma-Marin appreciates all his hard work and and what his team is doing on behalf of the residents of Sonoma County. We would love to have him back on our show next year. Once again, thank you to all our viewers for tuning in with us, and we hope to see you guys next month or on our next Reach Voices show. Have a great day.